Interviewing can sometimes be a challenge. It's important to know the techniques that will set you apart. I'm Robin Kanata, the director of Bryant and Stratton College Career Services Department, and today I'll be speaking with Angelo Gonzalez, who brings with him 20 years of hiring experience to help you prepare. So in your vast experience, are there things that you find in common that always seem to set one candidate apart from another?
It's important for candidates to understand that there's knowledge, skills, and abilities that employers are looking for. So there's required traits that they're looking for. Do they have a bachelor's degree? Do they have the required years of experience? But there's also preferred, like the customer service experience. Do they have that in their background? Things like that can set a person apart, and they may only be preferred as opposed to required. So it's important for a candidate to know the difference between the two.
Right. I had seen another statistic out there that candidates sometimes only spend 50 seconds looking at a job description. Do you find sometimes that candidates, when applying, their skills really don't match because they haven't taken the time to really look at that job description?
It's important for candidates to look at each individual job and make sure that they concentrate on what did that employer have in their job ad, whether it was online or in the newspaper. You want to look that over several times before you actually walk in for that interview.
That's a good point, really knowing that job description. Excellent. Are there times when a candidate might not necessarily have the exact work experience that you're looking for, but they're hired due to other positive traits that they bring to the table?
Yes. For instance, if you're looking for a customer service manager and you're asking for 2 years management experience, but the person has 6 years customer service experience and not necessarily any management experience, well, that customer service experience of 6 years definitely is something to take into account.
Right.
And a good hiring manager may discount that.
Okay. So when we talk about positive traits that are work experience related, that's one thing. What about some soft skills? Are there certain soft skills that you look for in a candidate that, again, they might not have the work experience, but these other soft skills are important?
Things that could be very important is how poised is the candidate in the interview? Were they confident?
Right.
Things like that. Did they show the body language that we were talking about earlier? All of those are basics, but they form a good first impression, right, and they can definitely differentiate you from other candidates.
Excellent. Okay. So oftentimes candidates are interviewing for a new job after leaving a previous position. What advice would you have for someone who has left their previous employer in a negative way, and they have to present that? Okay.
That happens a lot more than we tend to think. So it's important for candidates to understand that employers know that one of the number one reasons why an employee leaves a company is their relationship with their boss, okay? So a hiring manager kind of knows that, but you want to stay away from any negatives during the interview. You want to make sure that you're able to extract what good points of that position that they had really lend itself to the new position that they're applying for.
That makes good sense. So if I left on bad terms with my boss, obviously I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to say, the company didn't do this, didn't do that, but I'm going to focus on, these were the great things about the company that I feel will parallel to your opportunity.
Exactly. You want to stay away from any negatives.
Angela, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come out here and talk about interviewing. It means so much to us and our students to be able to hear from a national employer exactly what it is you're looking for. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
For all
My
of your
pleasure.
time. A lot of great information today was shared about how best to prepare for, position yourself, and present yourself in an interview. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. For more information on how career services can help you throughout your entire journey, please visit our website.